Good morning guys, and happy new year to you all. Today is pretty much just a walk and a talk of what's going on at the moment. I'm pretty much still in limbo, to be honest with you, but as we go along I'll sort of turn around and tell you the situation and we'll go from there. But I hope you guys have had a spectacular Christmas and a good 2023 so far. Let's just hope it is a good one for you all. I kind of guess we will be taking a different route, because I am not walking through that. That is where your Great River Ouse has burst its banks around this area. Well, Christmas and New Year is gone, and to be honest with you, it was a non-existent for us. The plans were good, the intentions were good, but obviously what happened with my sister, which I'll talk about again shortly, threw a huge spanner in the works. Leading up to Christmas, I'd put up all the decks, usual sort of tacky fairy lights everywhere, a couple of trees, decorations, musical things, and I was kind of looking forward to it. Obviously Deb was taken away to Will and Hospice, so that side of it, it was difficult to deal with, let's just say, but we thought we'd go ahead with Deb's faults with us, etc. So it was Christmas Eve. I'd not got around to doing it beforehand. I'd put on the Christmas lights, we sat down to have a drink and a meal, and then the phone rang. It was Will and Hospice turning around to say that Deb didn't have long in their eyes left, so could we come down, which obviously we certainly did. Now, from that situation, Christmas just never happened. We arrived Christmas Eve about 11 o'clock at night. We got into the early hours of Christmas morning, opened Deb's presents in front of her so we could always have that memory, and I sat with my sister by her bedside for, it must have been a good 6 hours. She was fast asleep, heavily medicated. Myself, I just sort of pondering what was going on, to be honest with you. The staff, the care crew there at Will and Hospice are second to none, and they were coming in every couple of hours. Do you want a cup of tea? Do you want this? Do you want that? Really looking after us. And about 6 o'clock in the morning, Deb started to stir, and we got a chance to say them promises that I'll take you with me wherever I go in future, how much we loved each other, etc, etc. And then she slipped away into a sleep again, of which I let her rest. I went home, done a few bits at home, got myself together, and then went there for the rest of Christmas night into Boxing Day, so she would not have spent her last Christmas by herself. So that was the Christmas bit. From there, between Christmas and New Year, seems to have gone like a flash, and the same thing happened last night. We spent New Year's Eve into New Year's Day just sitting by my sister's bedside. So in all honesty, there was really nothing to celebrate for us. It was just biding our time, going through the days, going through the motions. We just didn't really have a chance to think about what was going on, to be honest with you. The thing is, at this moment in time, whatever state Deb is, she is still with us, thankfully. But then again, it's one of those, is it kinder for her just to go and be at peace and rest, because it's not Deb anymore, it's her bodily functions taking over and keeping her alive because she is so young. If any of you guys out there are local to Bletchley or Milton Keynes, certainly check this place out. This is called Waterhall Park. It's just, oh, it must be at least 2 mile long, avenue of trees, There is waterways either side, there's a canal to me left, the Great River Ouse to me right, and it is just peaceful, tranquil. A few occasional dog walkers, someone on perhaps a bike going past, but you can pretty much be left with your own thoughts. And when you're doing a vlog like this, it's kind of essential, to be honest with you. There is a bit of wildlife about, but yeah, I think it just fits the mood. But to get away from it all, certainly check this place out. I was thoughtful enough in the early part of this to do a few video clips, a few chats with my sister, so I'd always have her on record, and as long as there's YouTube, she will always be about, that I can just reflect, look back on our history, our past, our good times, etc. And one of the things she certainly turned around and said, which once I put up a clip at some point, you'll see that she says that one of her favourite places was Brick Hill Woods, which is the area that covers along the borderline at the back there, all that wooded area at the back there. Growing up, before we was even teenagers, we would go up there with my mum, my dad, there was myself, my sister, and it would just be a after Sunday lunch, generally in the summer, even better in the autumn time, and we would walk up there, just have a general walk around the woods, and as you got to autumn time we'd go chestnut picking. And it's just a memory that Deb said she loved, and I will keep that memory with me always, and I will go up the woods on many occasions to talk about her, do the chestnut picking in my sister's and my dad's honour, and just have real fond memories. Debs herself, that woman certainly never fails to amaze me. What she's going through, I know it's pretty much the body taking over now as she slips away towards her forever sleep. But just last night, after 48 hours with no fluids, no food, just the meds, just the morphine and the anxiety meds that are getting pumped into her, because obviously she's scared, same as we are. And she even had time just to pipe up a little bit, have a little bit of a joke, tell us she loved us. I mean, it could have been the final time, I don't know, but even now, even in the grasps of going to hopefully a better world, I'm not a man of faith or God, so I don't know, I hope, I truly do, but even at that time, to sort of be able to put a smile on her face, what a wonderful woman. So we kind of got to think about going forward once this limbo that is upon us passes. I hope to deliver to you guys some more special vlogs, things that people really enjoy. This is in no means easy trying to deliver this sort of content at the moment, but I do it as a hobby and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's just, we have hit real bad times at the moment. I guess they will pass and move to fond memories. That river really has burst its banks. Old bike there. And the thing that gets me, this has always been known as a floodplain. All these fields around here, and I know they've built some sort of bank there, but them houses are sitting right bang smack in the middle of an area that at times can be at least 5 foot underwater. I just don't know what people are thinking when they build them. My intentions, my plans for 2023 vlogging wise are to continue on the same sort of vein. It's gonna be, you can't stick me in a box. I'm not a one-trick pony. I like to do things that not only interest me but hopefully interest others. Sometimes I might not be particularly into a subject, but I'll find it that it's fascinating enough for reviewers that I'll put it together for you guys. But there are things, I was heavily involved in motorsport during all of the 80s into the early 90s, so that will be there and thereabouts. I still enjoy doing the occasional urbex if I can find it. Some of the old abandoned buildings, for me an abandoned building has to be something where nature's taken over. There's no sign of any human life there anymore. You know, like your old castles, that sort of thing, old stately homes that are left to nature just to do its bit. On top of that, we are going back to Florida again, so things will be good for you guys over there. Tomorrow I am supposed to return to work. It should be okay. I dare say the guys are all thinking of me at the moment and what I'm going through. There are sort of pretty exceptional circumstances, but still, at the drop of a hat, that phone call and I've got to leave, and that'll be probably a day or so. A little bit of wildlife there looking at us, a deer in the field, minding his own business. Let him go about his day. Happy New Year to you, fella. Shall cut up through this way. This is where your rugby clubs train. Local area. And the back there, that is the original home of the original Milton Keynes football team, but long before Franchise FC come here, or MK Dons as they're now known. So I'm going to make my way now along the canal towpath to get to my destination for today. I'm just doing errands, going to the local Tesco store. I'm going to kind of put this out there into the general world, population, etc. with what I'm saying now. I myself, in my vlogs at any time, I don't really agree with the asking for subs. I think that it does its own thing. People know how YouTube works. They can themselves like, subscribe, etc. But I believe there is a way that you can help me. It's never been about me. I do this for fun. I've got a job, as I said, which gives me the money, but I'd like to raise some money for Debs. Now, by doing that, you don't even have to put your hand in your pocket. If I can get past 1,000 subscribers, then the AdSense, which is all the people, the companies, firms who put the adverts on your videos, sometimes they are annoying, I do admit that, during your vlogs. You'll see them on mine and I haven't even put them up there. But if I can put them up, I can get revenue from that and then deliver that to Will and Hospice, who have done so much good, given so much hope to so many people, and the care and attention to not only my sister but ourselves, the family, and other families in the same situation has been absolutely second to none. So I'm just putting it out there that maybe if the subscriptions can get up, I can start donating to Will and Hospice, and that's what I'd love to do. There's a lot of ducks and moorhens nesting up this time of year. For me, I don't think I'd ever fancy owning one of these boats. As romantic as it may seem, your worldly goods could possibly sink in an instant. But it's certainly picturesque. Obviously they travel under their own steam, and I guess it's like living in a water-bound caravan. The people who own them probably say otherwise, but they're certainly intriguing. Walk up over this little bridge. Got a marina to my right. There's only like a smaller one. There's plenty of these in Milton Keynes. Like a little dock. Pretty picturesque. Pretty much going under the A5, going through Fenny Stratford now. Hope this swan here doesn't get a bit too antsy. I know they can at times. It's making some noise, that's for sure. Hello fella. How are you? Not very old, are you? You're beautiful, aren't you? You have a good day. Watching your little waterfall over there. Happy New Year to you. This runs up parallel to Fenny Lock, which is just like a little lock there with the canal barges can go through. It's got a little bridge that you can go over, which I'll have to go over to get to the other side. And adjacent to that is a pub called the Red Lion, which again, as youngsters, we'd frequent with me mum and dad. Mum might have a mead or a sherry, a wine possibly. My dad would generally have a beer, and me and Debs would have one of them old-fashioned glass Coca-Cola bottles with a straw in it, and usually a packet of cheese and onion or salt and vinegar crisps and a packet of nuts. It was just the simple things back in life then. What I'm doing now never existed. There was no such thing as YouTube. There was no such thing as the internet. Not even such a thing as a computer then. Mobile phones didn't exist. We've progressed on, and I guess I become like an old relic. Obviously they're going to build something here. I don't know what that was. Really don't know what that was, to be honest with you. Surely couldn't be the old law court. There was old Fenny Stratford Court that used to be around here somewhere, but I don't think it's that. Here we go. Caught that at the right time again. I think it did last time. That is a lock being operated. Basically they raise and lower the water level, so the boats come through from a different level behind there. They've raised it up to this level so the boat can make its way through. Then it'll lock the gate behind, and hopefully it will equal itself out. Little plaque here showing the workings of the actual lock itself. It's all to do with pumping houses, etc., to get the water level up and down. That's the footbridge that goes across the canal, which I will go across myself. Obviously I have to move that for the barge to get through, or canal boat. Guy will come along now, wind that in and close the gate. Said that's the old pub garden we would have sat in, and this bridge is how we get across the lock. That's what he's obviously opened now, one that side. This is all your system to turn the bridge, and that's how we would have travelled in. And if you see there, the water level here is higher now than what that is below, but I guess that's all flooding out now. Shall make my way up now towards Fenny Stratford Station, which is just a little single platform, single track train which goes from Bletchley to Fenny through to Brick Hill on up through towards Bedford, and that's where I'll terminate the video for today. As I said, just a single track crossing. Used to be manned by a little house at the front here. It's mostly electronic now, but I suppose that's the times. And this will be your train track. Don't believe they're operating today, so you've got no fear there. And your platform and stations up there to your left. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for this vlog. I don't know whether there's so much enjoyment for you guys in it. It certainly was hard for me to put it together. I had to stop several times because I was pretty much welling up, because it's a difficult situation we're going through. But normal service for you guys will resume more than likely this weekend. I'll go probably with a firm favourite of ours, which is what we kind of call a home vlog, because we're members, we can go there whenever we want, and we love animals, which is Whipsnade Zoo. We'll give you an update of what's there. They have recently had a baby giraffe, can't remember his name, Wilfred I think, so we'll go and see him. Also we have the Aardvarks, which I've still not seen walking about, and of course all the other lovely animals. So that will be probably, it's an easy one to get us back in the swing of things. It's been a difficult Christmas and New Year period. I know it probably has been for many of you guys out there. My thoughts certainly go with you and yours. All that's left to be said for now is Happy New Year to you all. I hope it's a good 2023 for you. We're going to try and make the most of it. When all is said and done, I know all we've got is the memories, but we will take Debs with us wherever we go. Obviously that'll be Florida. We can carry some of our ashes with us, and just go out and try and enjoy things again, and take her with us wherever we go, which was my promise to her. Anyway guys, love you lots. Feel free to like. I don't do all this subscribing lark. That's entirely up to you. You know how YouTube works. I'm sure you do. Pretty much a lot of people have been about, seen, been and done it, etc. So thanks for watching. See you in the movies. Bye for now.